Jill mourns excruciating death in a new video. Jill and Derek recently made it to the Duggar News headlines as they mourned the stillbirth of their daughter. The former shared a heartbreaking clip, and fans weren't able to control their tears. It is evident that the couple's wounds are still fresh, and they aren't able to move on from the tragic incident. Jill and Derek reflected on the heart-wrenching pain of the parents who weren't even able to hold their newborn in their arms. What reminded them of their daughter? Are they fine? What is this all about? Regular Duggar News followers are well aware of how Jill recently lost her daughter. She was the happiest when she learned about her pregnancy. Little did she know that this news was a short-lived one, as she ended up suffering from a stillbirth at only 4 months. Her child unfortunately couldn't make it past the utero. Hence, Jill and Derek were merely left with shattered hopes and lost dreams. However, this wasn't the first time Jill mourned the loss of her child. She had a miscarriage in 2021 as she lost a baby, River Bliss. The celeb lost about the mixed feelings she had after losing her kid. Apparently, Jill was blessed with a baby boy soon after the loss, which compensated the dynamics to some extent. She was grateful for having her little angel, but that didn't mean that she was able to easily move on from her miscarriage. Jill and Derek left the Duggar News followers in tears with their latest video. The former revealed that she got a call, and she learned that Isla's marker was ready. Hence, she and her husband decided to rush to the cemetery and look at their daughter's grave for the first time. The celeb documented Derek and her son plucking and collecting flowers for the departed soul. Jill and Derek left the Duggar News followers in tears with their latest video. The former revealed that she got a call, and she learned that Isla's marker was ready. Hence, she and her husband decided to rush to the cemetery and look at their daughter's grave for the first time. The celeb documented Derek and her son plucking and collecting flowers for the departed soul. Jill explained that her family wanted to take some fresh flowers for their departed family member. She further showed her audience the marker of Isla. It read, Isla Marie Dillard, March 19, 2024. It continued, born into the arms of Jesus, loved and missed by her papa and mama and 3 big brothers. This not only was a heartbreaking moment for Jill and Derek, but for their viewers as well. While the beautiful soul wasn't meant to live in this world, Jill and Derek are still mourning the loss of their daughter. They aren't able to move on from this unfortunate incident. Apparently, Jill's emotions were evident from her caption. She wrote, Isla Marie Dillard, forever loved, and forever our baby girl. Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vullo are expecting their 3rd child. They announced their big news earlier this week and have dropped teasers about the gender. The Counting On couple already have 2 little girls, Felicity and Evangeline Jo. This time though, the couple may be expecting a little boy. After Jinger and Jeremy's latest podcast, followers learned that the couple knows the gender of their baby and is planning a gender reveal. Will it be another little girl for the couple, or will they get a baby boy? Jinger Duggar filmed a mini vlog to cover her telling Jeremy Vullo they were expecting again. She told him on Felicity's birthday, July 17, and filmed more parts as the couple told their families. One of the highlights featured Jinger going to have her blood drawn to find out the gender of her baby. She was roughly 8 weeks pregnant, just following Jinger Duggar's wedding. The woman told the Counting On star that it could sometimes be inaccurate, especially if it revealed a boy. Typically, the results that confirm a girl are almost always accurate because of the lack of testosterone detected. Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vullo released a new episode of their podcast following the release of their pregnancy announcement. On the podcast, Jinger revealed she was 16 weeks pregnant, which aligns with her March 27 due date. They likely filmed this episode and edited it earlier this week because Jinger is closer to 17 weeks as of this writing. They confirmed they knew the gender of their unborn child and were planning a gender reveal. Because of how well those announcements typically do, they will likely film a video on it and release it on their YouTube channel. During the talk about the gender reveal, Jinger may have let it slip that they were expecting a baby boy. Jeremy joked about using their pool to do the reveal, and Jinger mentioned it was already blue, but quickly moved on after that. There was also some hype surrounding having a boy when Jinger was having the blood test done. Jeremy has been a girl dad for the last 6 years, so adding a baby boy to the mix would switch things up for the girl dad. However, Jinger could have just been babbling while filming the podcast and trying to throw off those interested in the baby's gender. Both agreed that a healthy baby is all they want and that they would be happy either way. Counting on alum, Joanna Duggar cried as she revealed that her older sister Jinger Duggar's memoir Becoming Free Indeed, My Story of Disentangling Faith from Fear, in which she untangled her religious upbringing, prompted her to reevaluate her own beliefs. And so, I came to a point where I was just like, what is even real? Joanna, 26, said through tears during the Wednesday, October 16 episode of the Unplanned podcast. What do I believe? Like all this stuff. Is it right? Anyway, now we can take as much time as we want. Jinger, 30, released her memoir in January 2023, where she reflected on the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, a non-denominational Christian fundamentalist organization that the Duggars were raised to follow by their parents Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. IBLP has come under fire for its strict rules about the role of men and women, which included limits on dancing and dating. Women were also expected to be submissive and obedient to their husband. My parents never preached one time that it was you do all these things and the God will accept you, but that's how I took it personally, Joanna said during the podcast conversation. We grew up with so many standards, and I was great at keeping all of these standards, and so my whole life, I was like doing all these things, and my whole Christianity was always a checklist. Joanna said her sister's memoir was a turning point for her, prompting her to seek outside counseling and support. And so, I feel like Jinger's book, I listened to it and I've talked to her a lot, and I had a lot of really good counselors in my life, and I went and actually saw a counselor for these issues, and that was really good, the former 19 Kids and Counting star explained. And just working through, and he really encouraged me. He kept saying, don't just ask all these questions and not search for answers. Jill Duggar, another of Joanna's older sisters, also explored her religious upbringing in her book Counting the Cost, which was published months later after Jinger's book in September 2023. In the memoir, Jill, 33, discussed at length some of the mental and physical abuse she experienced as a member of the IBLP. In addition, she also detailed what led to the end of their family's relationship with TLC in 2017, and how she felt taken advantage of by Jim Bob, 59. During her appearance on the Unplanned podcast, Joanna explained that Michelle, 58, and Jim Bob had a hard time accepting that Jill and Jinger wrote about their experiences in the IBLP in the weeks and months following the book's respective releases. At the same time, she had a difficult postpartum experience after welcoming her son Gunnar with her husband, Austin Forsyth, in May 2023. It was, like, the darkest time of my life, she said, adding that it was both super good and super hard. She acknowledged that the hormones were incredibly challenging for her and admitted feeling like her family was falling apart. My siblings and my parents, and all this stuff was super hard at that time, the mother of 3 detailed. Jim Bob and Michelle have stayed mostly quiet regarding their daughters documenting their spiritual journeys publicly. However, they did break their silence on Jill's book 3 days before its release. The TLC star and her husband are remembering their stillborn daughter. Jill Duggar mourned the loss of her stillborn daughter, who was laid to rest earlier this year, in a new video shared on social media. Duggar, the 4th child of Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar, explained in the video that she and her husband Derek Dillard, recently learned that the grave marker for their daughter, Isla Marie, was ready for them to view. "We just got the call that Isla's marker is ready and has been placed," Duggar, 33, said as the video footage she shared on Instagram on Wednesday, October 16, showed Dillard and their sons picking flowers around their home. "So we are gonna run over to her cemetery and go see her marker for the first time, give her some fresh flowers." The video showed the family en route to the cemetery, where they paid their respects at the marker and carefully surrounded it with colorful blooms. The video also included photos of Duggar's 3 young sons standing near the grave, as well as a snapshot of Duggar and her husband posing behind it. Isla Marie Dillard, "Forever loved and forever our baby girl. Hope you like the flowers." Duggar's Instagram caption read. The video's comment section was flooded with condolence messages from friends and fans. Many praised the scenery as they assured the 19 kids and counting alum that her daughter was in a beautiful resting place. "What a gorgeous day to celebrate a beautiful little soul," one fan wrote as another offered big hugs to you both. "The boys helping sending the biggest hugs to your heart," another Instagram user commented. Duggar and her husband, who celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary over the summer, announced in April that their daughter died in utero 4 months into Duggar's pregnancy. The family later shared photos from the April 19 ceremony, during which they laid her to rest. 6 months after losing their stillborn daughter, Jinger Duggar and husband Derek Dillard visited her gravesite for the first time. Duggar, 32, posted a video via her Instagram channel, showing her, Dillard, and their youngest son, Freddie, picking flowers to bring to baby Isla Marie's grave, after the family learned her memorial marker was ready. "Isla Marie Dillard, forever loved and forever our baby girl. Hope you like the flowers," she captioned the post. "We just got the call that Isla's marker is ready and it has been placed, so we are gonna run over to her cemetery and go see her marker for the first time, give her some fresh flowers," the former 19 kids and counting star said to the camera. After gathering flowers, the video moved to the cemetery, where they spotted her marker, and Freddie began laying the flowers. The video showed Isla's marker, which reads, "Isla Marie Dillard, March 19, 2024. Born into the arms of Jesus. Loved and missed by her papa and mama, and 3 big brothers." Duggar and Dillard, married in 2014. They also share sons Israel and Samuel. They previously experienced a pregnancy loss in 2021. "We recently found out we were expecting our 3rd baby," Duggar captioned an October 2021 Instagram video. "We were thrilled. However, a few days later we started miscarrying. We love and miss you, River Bliss." Duggar has been open about her losses, recently sharing photos of herself grieving and celebrating her children's lives. On October 3, she posted a photo honoring River, whom she lost 3 years earlier. 10/3/21. "The day we lost our 3rd baby to early #1st trimester miscarriage. River Bliss Dillard, you were loved from the start and will never be forgotten," she captioned the photo. In April, the family held a funeral service for Isla, sharing a photo of a small white box, surrounded by flowers and a rabbit stuffed animal. "Isla Marie, our baby girl. We will love you forever and hold you in our hearts until we hold you in heaven," the couple wrote in a joint Instagram post. Laid to rest 4/19/2024. A week later, Duggar shared a photo of herself, crying as she grieved Isla's loss. "I carried you for every second of your life, and I will love you every second of mine," she wrote. "1 week ago today, we laid our baby girl to rest. We will love you forever, Isla Marie."